What is up, guys? If you guys have seen videos on my channel before, you guys probably know that I'm not the biggest fan of the Spider-Woman hero here, just because I don't really like how her kit really heavily revolves around aspect cards and how it feels a little bit restricted by that. But I had to do a clone battle here, so we are playing as Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, and we'll be taking on a clone Spider-Woman right here from the Civil War expansion. You guys know I love my mirror matchups here. So let's go through the deck breakdown here for Jessica Drew. So one thing to note with the hero is that we have double agent here as our ability. You can choose two aspects instead of one during deck building, but you must include an equal number of cards from those aspects in your deck. So we are choosing here protection and leadership. It will have to have this exact same amount of protection cards and leadership cards in our deck here. But you guys know I love Web Warrior, so we're going to try to do a Web Warrior thing again because there are new Web Warrior cards added to the pool since the last time that we tried this with Jessica Drew. And I was not a big fan of it the last time we tried it, but we're going to try it again here, but with less basic cards, right? So most of the strongest Web Warriors are basic cards, so unfortunately we do have to have a few basic cards in the deck here, which has anti-synergy with Spider-Woman's kit. We have the Warrior, the Great Web, which you can make a spider character a web warrior. So we want to give this to Jessica Drew to make her into a web warrior. With the Web of Life and Destiny, the key card for web warriors. And then for our basic allies, we have Spider and Peter Parker, of course, the GOAT. We have Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider. We also have Madam Web here because she's very powerful from Silk's Hero Pack. We also have Across the Spider-Verse, Helicarrier, and Build Support, and the three basic doubles here. So that breaks down our basic cards. And then for our protection cards, we have 8 protection cards here. So 2 energy shields, 2 ready for fights, Spider UK, Scarred Spider, Silk, and Spider Bite. So a bunch of Web Warrior allies right here. And then for our leadership cards, we also have 8 leadership cards. So it's matching the 8 protection cards. 2 copies of Regroup, Spider-Man 2099, another Web Warrior, Rapid Response, 3 copies of Suit Up, and the Triskelion here to increase our ally limit. So Suit Up here is pretty cool with Jessica Drew because we can grab your deck and discard power for any ally, add it, and upgrade can be attached to ally items to your hand. So we can get a Web Warrior ally, and we also grab the Warrior Great Web, which can attach to any character with Spider-Man's title, including allies. So we can tutor this to your hand with Suit Up and play it on Jessica Drew. We can also tutor the Energy Shield here, 0 cost upgrade attached to a character. That includes an ally, so it's an upgrade that can be given to an ally. So cool synergy between protection and leadership there with Suit Up and the Energy Shields. And the Energy Shield is the main thing for Spider-Man Peter Parker to keep him in play because he's just really good value for us. But also having them in play is going to be good for Spider Bite because they are our only tech upgrades to reduce the cost for Spider Bite here. So yeah, that is our deck build, and hopefully it's going to go well here against the villain Spider-Woman. And I have not played this scenario, so I'm excited to see how it goes. Let's shuffle up our player deck here. We do have the villain Spider-Woman on expert mode here. So we have her stage 3 and 4. With the main scheme stage 1, it says, stage 3 and 4 for expert mode. And then the chosen leader set, the standard set, and 3 to 4 modules will be going into the encounter deck here. So just like always, I just have the basic default modules that they came in this order whenever we unboxed the Civil War expansion. So let's go through the modules here, and we'll shuffle a little bit more with our deck a little bit later. So we have the Jessica or the Spider-Woman, encounter set. We have the Spider-Man module right here, so really cool Spider-Man here. We also have the Defenders module, the Hell's Kitchen module, and then also the Cloak and Dagger module. So it just came in this order behind the Spider-Woman module. So whenever we unwrapped everything, so we're just gonna keep in this order. So these are our 3 to 4 modules. And then it says here in co-op mode, which we are doing true solo co-op mode, find the chosen leader side scheme and reveal it. So we're gonna review good old self-propelled glide here. A side scheme comes in with 3 per player threat and acceleration. Force interrupt whenever Spider-Woman would take damage from an attack. Reduce the amount of damage by 1 for each skill counter on finesse. So let's put this into play here. 3 per player threat with acceleration. And then let's advance the main scheme to stage 1B. And it says if there is more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains hinder 2. So we're the only player here for true solo. Force interrupt when a player reviews a treachery. Place 1 threat here. Oh man, this is similar to the what's that called? The Superhero Registration Act 1, where each time we review a treachery, place a threat limit once per phase per player. So we can't add more than 1 threat because we're doing true solo here. But I gotta remember that. That's like some upkeep. I gotta remember. And then for Spider-Woman the villain, her setup here says to find the finesse card and attach it to Spider-Woman the bad guy, so or the clone. Max 3 skill counters here. Force interrupt whenever a treasure is revealed. Place 1 skill counter here. When treasure is revealed, we get a skill counter, and we also do that. And then when she would take damage, reduce it by 1 for each skill counter on finesse while this thing is in play. Force interrupt whenever she attacks, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on this card, and then you remove each skill counter from finesse. So so each time she attacks, she removes all of it here, and it's a max of 3. Okay, so she can get up to 5 attack there, but no overkill. I don't know if she has a way to get it in her kit, but we'll see. I'm not gonna look at anything, so we'll just go in here blind. And we also have obligation for Jessica Drew. We have the standard set, and we also have the expert set right here. Yeah, and that's everything going to encounter deck. So let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. I think that's basically it for setup. I don't think we add any skill counters on finesse whenever the game begins. Um, yeah, she gets +1 attack. Yeah, all right. So we are actually already set up here for the villain, the clone. I think it's gonna be a pretty fun matchup. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes playing as Spider Woman. But fun fact: Spider Woman is actually my lowest win rate of any hero, I believe. I think I have like, I don't know, 40 to like a 30% win rate, something like that with Spider Woman. And all my plays with her are on the channel. So you guys can see all my losses with her there. So hopefully we can improve that win rate today and bump it up a little bit. But yeah, so right now for the villain with the modules, we have like some Avengers, like right, like we got like Spider-Man, and we have like the Defenders, we have like Cloak and Dagger, and then for our deck, for our team, we have the Web Warriors. So I really like um, that battle there, right? So the clones got some of them, and then we got some Web Warriors here. And then normally with the unique rule, we won't be able to play Spider-Woman against Spider-Woman because they're both unique. But you know, we're doing co-op, so we're just gonna house rule that we can play Spider-Woman against Spider-Woman. But with everything else with the unique rule, we will play by the official rulings. So there is a Spider-Man Peter Parker in the encounter deck here that we saw earlier, and we also have a Spider-Man Peter Parker in our deck. So if the minion is in play, I will not be able to play my Spider-Man Peter Parker. And then if my Spider-Man Peter Parker is in play and the minion gets reviewed, we do the official rules, which is just to discard that minion and then review another card from counter deck. So it basically just surges into another card. If we can get our Spider-Man out, which I definitely want to get our Spider-Man out as soon as possible, because that will prevent the other one from coming out. And I want Spider-Man to be on my team, not on the clones team, guys. That's not cool. All right, let's shuffle up here. I think we got a good shuffle going on here. And then let's shuffle up our player deck a little more as well. All right. And then I think we're good to go here, guys. Let's see what we can get. I don't know if I want to, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of building out, right? We need to get that web word stuff set up, but I think we should be okay with it. All right. I think we're all shoveled up. Okay, let's go ahead and do our mulligans. We're going to draw up to our hand size here of 6 in our alter ego, and let's see what we can get. Some resources would be great. Got suit up. Oh, we got a double. Okay, all right. Got a double, which is good. Then we got our apartment, which is good as well. So I can suit up immediately and get the web, or the War of the Great Web to give to ourselves. Madam Web here. Wait. Oh, we got our pheromones, right? She doesn't have steady or stalwart, so we got our just pheromones right away. So I'm holding on to this, and then I want to get the apartment down as well. I think I just hold on to his hand because everything's gonna be a resource anyways. I don't want to like lose more cards that I actually need to play. Yeah, okay, so we're just holding on to his hand. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. So as an action, we can look at the top card of any deck, the player deck or the encounter deck. Let's do the encounter deck because this might be our encounter card. Attach your leader, otherwise attach your hero. So we will get tangled up from Spider-Man here, or I guess from Spider-Woman, because Spider-Man's not in play. When attach here with Scheme, Thor, or Attack, discard cards. Okay, that's a really chill encounter card. So we can just activate to get rid of it. So this goes back on top there, and I don't want to mess with that. So we're going to keep it that way because we're going to stun and confuse the villain here. Okay, let's go ahead and play our apartment. Let's see, we do have to flip up to play the pheromones because that's a hero action. I think I use regroup. Yeah, we're not using it. So regroup here is a resource to play Jessica Drew's apartment. So it's a 1-cost support as the RT action. Exhaust this card. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for an aspect card. Add to your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can add any of these 3 cards. Cannot add these 2 because they're not aspect cards. I really want the finesse, but we won't be able to grab it. So do I just grab a resource here, which may just be suit up if we're playing the suit up? Yeah, let's grab suit up to our hand and we'll shuffle this back up. I think getting this first suit up is going to be big here. And we just want to take it slow and try to build out here. And it's not a treachery, so don't have to do that or that when a treachery is revealed. All right, so we'll shuffle up our deck. Actually, I don't need to shuffle too much because I'm about to play the suit up, which will search our deck more. So we're going to use a double resource right here so I can play suit up. It's a 2-cost event. As an alter ego action, we are an alter ego. Search your deck and discard power for an ally. An upgrade can be attached to ally. Add them to your hand. So I think let's get the Web of Life and Destiny. I mean the War of the Great Web. I wish I get the Web of Life and Destiny. So we'll get this as an upgrade can be attached to an ally. And then I'm just grabbing a resource. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a resource here. So let's just grab Spyro 29. I think he's too expensive for his first deck pass. So I'm just using him as a resource here. Okay, so let's shuffle this back up. Yeah, we just want to gain the web ward trait and play the pheromones. I think it's a good play here for turn 1. Now we gotta actually shuffle it up. All right, that's gonna resolve suit up, right? So we got this upgrade that can be attached to any character with Spyro in its title. So it's an ally upgrade that we can tutor, so very powerful there. All right, let's go ahead and flip up to hero form. We're going to go ahead and use a resource here so I can play the Warrior of the Great Web. 1-cost upgrade attached to a character with Spyro's title. We have Spyro in our title. Attached character gains a Web War trait, and after Web War allies play, we get +1 attack at the end of the phase. Then we'll use 2 resources here to play Pheromones. It's a 2-cost event, leadership event here. So let's trigger our Interrupt Superhuman Agility. When you play an aspect card, we just played a leadership aspect card here in hero form. Spyro Woman, the good guy, the non-clone, the original, gets +1 Thor, +1 attack, and +1 defense until the end of the round. So let's use it to remember that we have +1 to all of our stats. And then limit once per round per each aspect. So this for leadership here. Now let's resolve the hero action, stun and confuse enemy. Let's stun and confuse the villain here. Okay, that is so good, guys. Holy cow. All right. So we are going to thwart with +1 thwart from the side scheme. And then that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. I think that was a decent, good first turn there. We'll draw back up to hands as a 5 here form, and I can flip down. She's confused next turn. And then hopefully we can get built out. Just kidding. We got no more economy cards here. I need to get those finesse down, or the helicarrier, or build support, but they're still in the deck. Okay, it is Spyro Woman's turn. She's going to add 2 to the main because of self-propelled glide. And then she's going to attack us, but she's stunned. Nothing happens. Then she's going to deal us 1 face down encounter card. We reveal it. It's not treachery, so we don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. Attached to your hero. We're attached character with scheme, thwart, or attack this card instead. Okay, so we are tangled up here. A lot of web war shenanigans. At the end of the round, our bonuses to our stats go away. Okay, back over to our turn here. Okay, let's see. If I play Silk, I could discard a card. Maybe like get rid of Under Fire. Self-propelled glide's not that useful. I could flip down and play Spire. I think we just build out our web wars here. Let me see when she would take it. Yeah, I can clear this off with Silk. And then we can have Spire UK Thor for 1 from the main. I think that's a play. Okay, we're going to attack, which will discard this instead. So we just remove that and then our attack does not go through because we're all tangled up there. Then we're going to use I can play this in Alter Ego. Yeah, this would be a double resource here. So I can play Silk. She is a 2-cost ally. After you play Silk from your hand, if you control another web word card, we do have a web word card because Spider Woman is a web word card thanks to the War of the Great Web here. So we can search the encounter deck for a treachery and then discard it. So let's get, I kind of want to get this. Under Fire would have surged into the exhaustion. Do I discard Under Fire or exhaustion, guys? I think let's go Under Fire. Yeah, let's go Under Fire here. Under Fire is just never good. All right, and then we shuffle up. So we got rid of the Under Fire there. So Silk doing some web war shenanigans for us. Okay, I think this is actually pretty chill start. I feel like the villain Spyro doesn't ramp as much as a lot of the other villains in the box. Because I feel like some of the other ones, like maybe like Captain Marvel, they kind of like start off pretty strong. And Spyro is just kind of chilling right now, right? Maybe it's because of the pheromones allowing us to Just stop her for a little bit. All right, so Silk is going to Thor for 1 and clear off self-propelled glide. Whenever the side scheme is defeated, it doesn't do anything. The force controls only when we attack her, which we never did. So this is gone. Silk would take a consequential damage. We're going to flip down to Alter Ego. Let's go ahead and use our action. Look at the top of any deck. Let's see what our encounter card is going to be. Dark Force attached to enemy leader. So we give it to Spider-Man, give it a tough status card. After attached leader schemes and place it on the main scheme, remove a command threat from your leader's main scheme. This card is card. So basically nothing happens, right? This is more for PvP. So she'll get +1 scheme and tough stats card. And then after she schemes, then we just discard this card basically. She loses the one scheme. Okay, that's actually a super chilling kind of card to get again here. All right. Next we're gonna use our apartment alter ego action. We are an alter ego. Look at top 5 cards of your deck for any aspect card. Let's get the rapid response. Add that to your hand. We'll use it as a resource, and then we'll shuffle our deck here. All right, so we're doing pretty high tempo here, but I do need to eventually get built out to really do stuff. But the tempo is good, getting all these allies out. If I can just get the Web of Life and Destiny out, that would be bonkers here. All right, so we're gonna do 3 resources here. Play another ally, Spider UK. Whenever he defends against an attack, we can do damage to attack enemy equals the number of war cards you control, which is currently 3 because we have the War Great Web is active even while we're in Alter Ego, so we have that Web War trait. So let's move it a little bit over. Let's have him go ahead and Thor for 1, drop the main down a little bit. He'll take 1 consequential damage, and that ends our turn. Let's ready back up. And we'll drop it up to a big hand size of 6, and we have the apartment to get another card, so 7 cards. Okay, Helicarrier. Oh, but we got build support too, so maybe I just build support into Helicarrier instead of paying for it if I don't get a triple. I mean a double. Yeah, we didn't get a double. Okay. Alright. Alright, so Spider-Woman's turn. She's gonna add 1 to the main. She's gonna scheme because we're not ego. She is confused. Pheromones put in work. Do we miss anything? No. Okay, then we get an encounter card, which is Dark Force. So we give it to the enemy and then the enemy leader, and then give them a tough stats card. And then after they scheme, we place threat. We remove eco threat from our leader's main scheme. It doesn't matter though, and then we discard this card. So let's put it over here. So basically, after she schemes, we discard it because there's no cost arrow there, so we don't have to trigger that to discard it. We just do whatever we can, which is discarding it after she schemes. Hopefully, she never schemes. All right, it's backward to our turn. Okay, let's think here. I gotta suit up. Is there anything could get Spider-Man Peter Parker here? Do I have the economy to go for him? If I get Spider-Man Peter Parker, I could actually cross the Spider-Verse, so I don't have to pay its actual cost. So let me think. I don't need contaminant immunity here. Yeah, let's get Spider-Man. Okay, let's use apartment first. After you actually look at the top 5 cards, add 1 aspect card to your hand. Let's get the Triskeleton. I might be able to play it. Yeah, so we'll add this to your hand. We shuffle up. No need to shuffle too much because I'm going to play the suit up. So let's go ahead and just suit up here. We'll do 2 resources here with 2 contaminant immunities to play the suit up. So after the action, we are an Artigo. Search your deck and discard off for an ally. An upgrade can be attached ally. We'll get Spider-Man Peter Parker. Actually, wait. Kind of feel like we get Madam Web here. If I just keep scrying, because right now Madam Web we can do 4. Let's do Madam Web, guys. Let's do Madam Web. She's in a discard pile. So we'll grab Energy Shoot. Its upgrade can be attached to an ally, so we can choose that will suit up. And we'll also grab. Okay, if I grab Spider-Man Peter Parker, can I play him and Madam Web? Let me think. If let's say I do this, so I do 2 to play this, and I do 3. I could, but then I'll max out my element. Yeah, I think we just do Madam Web. Let's just play it safe here. Spider-Man would be great, but Madam Web is a safer play. And we can work on build support. So we're gonna shuffle up here. We're gonna grab the Energy Shoot from our deck, and then from our discard pile, we can also tutor an ally, which will be Madam Web here. So powerful suit up there. All right. So we're really doing some double agent stuff here with Jessica Drew. Okay, then I think I just crossed Spider-Verse Madam Web anyways. So not the best use of that there, but that's okay. So we do this. We can play build support and build support into Triskelion. Ooh, no, I don't have the thwart. Oh, Madam Web is going to be in place. She can thwart. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and we don't need double agent because Madam Web's going to do something. So let's flip up to hero form, and then we are going to use 2 resources here. So we discard it to pay the cost for Across Spider-Verse. Hero action exhausted web card you control will exhaust Silk, and then search your discard pile for what we're out. Put it into play and choose a player. We can repeat the ability. We're not going to do that, but we pay 2 costs. We search your discard pile. We just Madam Web, put her straight into play here. Okay, so this is pretty cool. We're getting the web war stuff set up, so I feel really good now. Whenever Madam Web enters play, look at the top X cards in counter deck, where X equals the number of web war cards you control. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 because of Warrior Great Web. So top 4 cards here, scrying, and then you made this card one looked and put the rest back in any order. So we don't have this card we don't want to. So, ooh, we take a Tangled Up again. Tangled Up is really chill. And it's not Treacher, which you don't want. Everything else is a Treacher, though. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. In competitive mode, remove 2 threat. This is fine. Actually, maybe we take this turn. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. So we're going to add 1 more, right? So we'd be doing 1. She'll get a skill counter. So we put 3, 4. This will go up to 6. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, so we're going to get this Treacher here. And then we'll do Tangled Up next turn. Man, the Spider-Man module is kind of easy to deal with, which is unfortunate. I kind of wish the Spider-Man module would be more powerful. That's okay. All right, so we got Madam Web into play. We scried it like that. We went in that order. Next, we're going to use a resource here. So I can play Build Support. It's a player side scheme, comes in with 3 per player threat. And then Madam Web's going to thwart for 2, drop it down on 1 threat. She'll take a consequential damage. We're going to thwart for 1, clear off. Actually, wait. Let's do it this way. Spire UK is going to thwart for 1, clear us off. So Spire UK takes a consequential damage. When Build Support is defeated, goes in Victory Display. We can search your deck and discard pile for support with the cost of your last put into play. Remove that from the game in Victory Display, and we're going to grab Helicarrier as a 3 cost support, put it straight into play here. So Helicarrier we can exhaust to reduce the cost, and next time we play by 1. So now we're getting built out. Let's exhaust Helicarrier to make the Triskeleton free to play. We can play this. It's a leadership card, so we can trigger Superhuman Agility. After you play an aspect card, we get +1 to all of our stats. So now we have 2 thwart. Let's thwart for 2. Clear off the main, guys. All right, I think this game is over. All right, that's going to turn right back up. I wish I had the Web of Life and Destiny, though, to draw a card when our Silk leaves play here, because we're going to block with her. That's okay. We're doing really good here. And we've got a Pheromones. Yeah, Pheromones, like, early for an enemy that can be summer confused is huge. You got the Web of Life and Destiny there. All right, Spider-Woman's turn. She's going to add 1 to the main. She's going to attack us. We're going to block with Silk. She's hitting with a base of 2. There's no skill counters there. The boost is 1. 3 damage. Takes Silk out. And I think I forgot to mention, Triskeleton increases our ally limit by 1, so we can have 4 allies now instead of just 3. Alright, so she attacked. Now we get an encounter card. It is a Treachery here. We're going to place 2 threat on the main scheme. And in competitive mode, we remove 2 threat from the leader scheme. It's not competitive mode. Here it says, force control when you reveal Treachery, place a threat here, so it goes up to 4. And here it says, when a Treachery is revealed, place a skill counter here. So now she gets +1 attack for her next attack. And it's just skill counter on Finesse. Alright. And around our stats go back down to normal. All right, let's go ahead and play the Web of Life Destiny. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has a Web Word trait, which we do have in hero form, or actually in either form with the Word of Great Web. So this is now free to play. Let's get the Web of Life Destiny down. This card we can exhaust, or we don't have to exhaust it. After Web Word out leaves play, we can choose a player, draw a card. So pretty powerful there. If I use the Finesse as a resource to play Spider-Man, I really want to play the Finesse. Dang it. And Finesse cannot generate a resource for Spider-Man. Now, I think what we do is we just go Pheromones here. If I do this, I can Pheromones, and then we lose Peter Parker, and we'll try again in the next deck pass. Yeah, I'm out of suit ups, right? 1, 2. Yeah, we're out of suit ups. Dang it. So no way to recur him even when we flip down, but we try to get him out next round. Okay. I think getting built out and getting Pheromones is bigger. Okay, Helicarrier is going to reduce the cost next round play by 1, so Finesse is 1 cost. This is 1 resource, so it can play the Finesse here. So it's a 2 cost upgrade, but it's a hero resource we can only spend in hero form, but we can exhaust it to generate a WOT resource, but only for an aspect card, which also works with Energy Sheet once I get those things going. Alright, so we got that. Then we are going to, let's exhaust Finesse, generate that WOT resource for Pheromones, which is aspect card. That's another resource. Actually, wait. I say Peter Parker and I have Madam Web play. Yeah, Madam Web thwars for 2 from the main. She would take a consequential damage. She gets knocked out. We'll draw a card the Web of Life Destiny because the Web War ally left play. You drew into a self-propelled glide. So, sorry, we didn't use the pheromones finesse yet. So now we'll use the finesse. This would be another resource here, so I can play this pheromones. 2-cost event. We can trigger superhuman agility, playing our first leadership event this round. Stun and confuse an enemy. Man, this is not fair, guys. Stun and confuse a villain. All right. Then we're, of course, just going to door for 2, clear off the main. Sure, I just swing. He takes a lot of consequent damage for swinging. I don't think we attack there with him. Do I want to flip down to get more access to cards to play Spider-Man? Yeah, let's flip down to Alter Ego here. And then we don't need to use our action. That's going to enter turn. Let's ready back up. All right, we're dropping up to 6, holding on to Spider-Man Peter Parker, which I really want to get down. We have one of each resource type, though. We got a finesse again, which I have to prioritize playing. We don't have energy, but I can just get Drews and hopefully get energy. Okay, it is Spider Woman's turn. She's gonna add 1 to the main. She's scheming because we're in Alter Ego. She's confused. Oh, she gets an encounter card, or we get an encounter card. It is caught off guard. Oh, did I mess up the order somewhere? Oh, I suddenly confused her. That's fine. Caught off guard is card upgrade support control. We're supposed to get that thing that like the tangled up thing. Let's discard. I think we discard the War of the Great Web. No, let's do Triskelion. I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll discard Triskelion. Alright. I wish we, dang it. Okay, that's gonna set us back a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and still our turn. Yeah, because the next card. So we'll get that as the next encounter card because we have her stunned. Okay, let's apartment. Look at top 3 cards of your deck. Get it, or top 5 cards, right? Yeah, so we're gonna get inconspicuous because it's energy. Or we could get energy shield. Nah, I want to save the last energy shield to play it. So we'll add that to your hand as an aspect card, and we shuffle up here. So now once we get Spider-Man Peter Parker in play, she can't get Spider-Man Peter Parker in play, the minion version. So as long as we can get Spidey out here, it should be smooth sailing. Yeah, just stun, confuse locking. The villain is just like dominating this. Okay, so next we need I want to use a double force. See, this is why I hate finesse, guys. All right, so we need a energy, mental, and physical to play Spider-Man Peter Parker. So our mentals are only the finesse or the double resource. I want to use a double resource to play finesse. This finesse can generate a resource to play this finesse, and not a finesse can generate a resource to play Spider-Man Peter Parker. So I have to use the double here for Spider-Man. I have to play him like this, play him like this, and then we just have to play the finesse. No, I can Helicarrier and Scarlet Spider to play the Ready for a Fight. Can I play Scarlet Spider if I do this? 1, 2, no, I should be short a resource because we lost the double with overpaying here. Yeah, but I want to get the finesse down, so I think we just do it that way. Do we want to draw? Nah, we don't need Spider UK to play. We don't need to play Ben Riley here. I love to play, or Spider UK, I mean. Yeah, okay. So let's do Helicare to reduce the cost of next card we play by 1. This would be a resource, so I can play our second copy of Finesse. So now we are basically fully built out. And then we're gonna, or we lose our stats, so let's go back to normal. We're gonna flip up to hero form. We're going to exhaust Finesse to generate a WA resource for an aspect card to play Ready for Fight. The WA resource will declare to be a physical, which is a requirement for this. So we play a protection card, we can trigger superhuman agility, get +1 to all of our stats. And with the Ready for Fight, when an enemy would scheme, we discard this, we change hero form, the enemy attacks instead. Then Spider-Man Peter Parker, the requirement to play him is 1 of each resource type. So we're going to use mental, energy, and physical to play Spider-Man Peter Parker here. Let's put him next to Spider-Woman. We got the GOAT in play, guys. And we have the energy shield coming up to protect him. Alright, so I think we just start to do some shenanigans here. Let's do Spider UK is going to dwarf for 1 the main, clear it off. He'll take a consequential damage. Spider Woman is going to swing for 2 on Spider Woman, the clone, knock off her tough. Spider Man is going to swing for 2, brings her from 17 down to 15. He has a response after he attacks her thwarts, ready up another Web Warrior character. Let's ready up Spider Woman, and then he'll take a consequential damage. Then we'll swing in for another 2 on Spider Woman clone. So drops her down 13. Did our first damage here this turn. That's going to end our turn. Let's right back up. All right, the Web Warrior lineup, guys, is powerful. We got all set up here, and we never use this finesse this turn, which always feels bad. But we still need to play them. All right, we're going to draw back up to 5 here. Ooh, we got the energy shield for Peter Parker. And inconspicuous, too. Okay, Spider-Woman's turn, the clone. She's going to add 1 to the main. She's going to attack us. She's stunned. Nothing happens. we get the encounter card that we know what it is, which is Tangled Up, attached to your hero. So whenever we would scheme, throw, or attack, we discard this card instead. That's fine. And around, our stats go back down normal. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and attach Energy Shield. Attach your character will give us a Spider Peter Parker. Whenever he will take any amount of damage, you can spend X energy resources to prevent extra damage. So this is really cool because we're spending resources for a protection card. Finesse can generate a wild resource for an aspect card, so it can generate energies for the Energy Shield to protect Spider Peter Parker, or we play on ourselves as well. She's 2 cost here. Do I want to play her? I don't know. Let's go ahead and you would. Okay, I think we can trigger this. So Helicarrier is going to reduce the cost of the next card that we play. Actually, wait. We use Finesse to generate wild resource for an aspect card to play Inconspicuous. We immediately trigger the Force Interrupt here. When our attached character would scheme, thwart, or attack. Oh, actually, I don't know we can trigger. Is this considered played? Hold on, let's not do it that way. Because I want to get the bonus to our stats. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to attack. And that will just card the Tangled Up here. Just get rid of that. That's fine. Alright, so do I go Spider Bite then? Let's see, I could do Spider Bite. Okay, I want to do Self-Propel Glide. I want to play Spider Bite. She's 2 cost. And then I want to play Inconspicuous, but I need an energy for Spider-Man Peter Parker. So it doesn't work exactly how I want to. So I think we just don't Energy Propel Glide. Yeah, okay, let's do. What am I doing here? Okay, Helicarrier is going to reduce the cost of the next card by 1. Spire Bite's reducing herself by 1 because we have a tech card in play. So she's only 1 cost here. The next generates 1 raw resource for an aspect card to play Spider Bite. We play a protection card, so we get +1 to all of our stats with superhuman agility here. Alright, and we have Spider Bite here. Then, actually, I could play Inconspicuous. Yeah, let's do it. We'll do a resource here so I can play Inconspicuous. It's a Justice card. Remove a total of 3 threat amongst. Wait. How did I do that? Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Remove a total of 3 threat among schemes in play. We played a Justice card, so getting our +1 to all our stats, and we just clear off the main there because nothing else to thwart. Alright, then, so we cannot use Finesse to play Self-Propel Glide. I hate that, because it's not an aspect card. But we'll do Spider-Man Peter Parker is going to swing for 2 on Spider-Woman. Brings her from 13 down to 11. He'll take a consequent damage. So we can exhaust Finesse, generate a water resource, declare it to be energy with Energy Shield, so he doesn't take consequent damage. He'll also ready up a Web Warrior. Let's ready up Spider-Woman, and we'll swing in for 3 on the clone. Bring her from 11 down to 8. Alright, and then I think we set up in here for him. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we haven't got any other treacheries for the Finesse. Only. Oh, wait, did we get another treachery? No, we got. Sorry, guys. We got caught off guard. So we should have actually placed an additional threat on here and an additional skill counter. But Inconspicuous would have removed it because there's only 1 threat. So we would have still overcoded. So the threat's still all gone with Inconspicuous. But I forgot to trigger the Force Interrupts here and here for the caught off guard. Where we get a counter and get a threat. So we fix that. All right. And then that's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up, draw back up to 5, holding on to this because we're ready for the readies to do tons of damage. We deck out so we can dealt a face down counter card. And I would love to regroup right now with these Web Warriors to block. But unfortunately, we didn't get the regroup yet. It's in our hand right now, so we're going to lose somebody. Probably Spider Bite. All right, that was like a fantastic, like ideal setup here. So I feel like if Spider-Woman can ideally do whatever she wants, like she'll be good. But I just feel like against higher pressure, like a villain that has like stalwart or steady, the pheromones is like much less useful, or just much less powerful, and then we aren't able to do exactly what we want. And then if our plans are ruined, I feel like we have less versatility here. But I mean, this is pretty cool. The Web War lineup, guys, is pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna draw 2 more cards back up to 5 here, and we got Ghost Spider. Oh, we got another pheromones. That's game over. Okay, so it is Spider-Woman clone turn. She adding 1 to the main. She's going to attack us. Did I forget that? No, this is her first attack. She was stunned. Okay, so interrupt whenever she attacks. She gets +1 attack for each skill counter here, and then remove each skill counter from Finesse after the attack. So she's hitting with a base of 4 here. Yeah, so we have to chump block. We'll block with Spider Bite. Here's the boost. 2, so she does 6 damage. So she can build up her attack. Spider Bite is knocked out. 6 damage. We remove all the skill counters here. And then we draw a card to Web of Live Destiny because the Web War ally left play. Okay, Then she's gonna deal us an encounter card for a total of 2. First one is pheromones. Uh-oh, you were stunning confused. Place a skill counter on finesse. Dang it, and it's a treachery, so we have to place an additional skill counter, and we add threat to the main with that main scheme's thing, and we get stunned and confused. Dang it, she pheromoned us, guys. That's not good. We have tons of readies now with Spider-Man Peter Parker. Last encounter card is an advance. She's gonna scheme. Uh, I could ready for fight here to block out the scheme. But then she'll attack instead. She's scheming with 3. She gets a boost. She could pop. Yeah, let's ready for fight here. So when an enemy would scheme, you discard this card. We change the hero form. We're in hero form, but the enemy attacks instead. So instead of an advance, Spider Woman's going to attack us. She'll trigger this thing again. So she gets 4 attack with a +2. She gets a boost. He'll defend Spider UK. Here's the boost. 1, so 5 damage. Knocks out Spider. Wait, was that treachery? Oh, the advance was a treachery. So we get another skill counter. What? Yeah, we get another skill counter, but we don't get a threat here because this is max 1 per phase per player. So we get a counter here. So she actually swings for 5 plus 1. So she actually swings for 6 on us here. Yeah, 6 damage there. And then knocks out Spire UK. So he's just defeated. And we draw another card with the Web of Life and Destiny. And then we remove all the skill counters. Alright. So we got the pheromones here. We got Spider-Man Peter Parker. We have 2 self-propelled glides. I think I want to flip down to Alter Ego here. And then ooh, I think they all have steady, right? Yeah, she's gonna have steady here. I, I can't go for a big push because when you flip her, she can't take damage for the phase if we flip her, right? So I want to do a big push next turn, but I'll have to flip her this turn. I think we just try to flip her this turn. And then we can pheromone. We can try double pheromones her. Do I even want to? Because I have regroup. I mean, I guess I'm not playing regroup, but double pheromones. All right, let's. Oh, our stats go back down normal. Okay, the threat is fine. So let's go ahead and just attack to remove the stun. We only have leadership in hand, unfortunately. Let's put it into play. When you play, we aren't playing the aspect card. We put it into play with the cross spider, so we don't get the bonus there, which stinks. And we don't have plus attack here because it's only the phase where we get extra attack from where Alice in play. Okay, I definitely want to get Ghost Spider down. I mean, she's pretty good here. I mean, she's cheaper if I cross Spider Verse for her. So let me think. If I do 2, if I do it like this, I can get Ghost Spider into play, and I could spend 3 resources to get another Web Warrior. I don't want to get these guys. I'm okay. I think we just get Ghost Spider here. So Helicarrier is going to reduce the cost. So next try we play by 1. So this is 1 cost. This would be 1 resource here to play across Spider-Verse. Exhaust a Web card you control. Exhaust a Web Life Destiny as a Web card. So if you just cut off a Web ally, put into play. Let's get Ghost Spider here for the reduced cost. Okay, so now we got like the ideal Web Warriors, which is Ghost Spider and Spider-Man. We still have not played a leadership card. Let me think here. I think we just take things slow. Yeah, we save onto the self-propelled glides, and we can pheromones here. So we'll do 2 resources for an aspect card to play pheromones. Here, action stun and confuse enemy will stun and confuse the villain here again. So we're both pheromones each other, get the stun and confuse off. All right, we play leadership card, so we get +1 to all of our stats. And then, ooh, do I have energy? Oh, sorry guys, hold up. We're not gonna use finesse here. We're gonna save that active. We're gonna use this pheromones as the resource and save this finesse because I need the energy for energy shield. I don't want Peter to take damage. Okay, so we got that. Then Gwen's gonna swing for 2 on Spider Woman, the clone. Raise it down to 6. She would take a consequence damage. Spider and Peter Parker's gonna thwart for 2, clear the main off. He'll ready up Spider Woman, and then he'll take 1 consequence damage. We can energy shoot it, spend energy here with finesse to block that out. And then we're going to, I want to thwart now. Let's swing for 2 on the villain, which is from 6 down to 4. And then I think do we flip down? I don't have the other pheromones here. If I flip down, yeah, I think I flipped down here. I won't be able to pheromones again, unfortunately. But yeah, it's fine because she'll get steady whenever we flip her. Yeah, let's flip down here for the last, like, confuse on her. So flipping down to Alter Ego, let's use our apartment. Look at the top 5 cards of deck from aspect card, add to hand. Ooh, don't want to get a Venom Blast here. I could get Suit Up. Spider-Man 2099. No, I think we do Venom Blast. Oh, I'm not ready for a push, actually. Yeah, never mind. We don't do Venom Blast. We get either Spider-Man 2099 or Silk. Let's get Spider-Man 2099. Okay, so add that to our hand. Let's ask for card and we shuffle up here. All right, and then that's gonna end our turn. We're gonna flip her next turn and then try to go for a push the turn after that. All right, so drawing back up to 6. We are confused. We're gonna ready back up, everybody. So we're just kind of controlling her. Let's remove this because I'm not using that stat bonus anymore this turn. Okay, villain's turn. She's gonna add 1 to the main. She's gonna scheme because we're an Arc Eagle. She's confused, and then she's gonna deal with an encounter card. It is a treachery, so let's put a threat on the main. Put a skill counter before I forget. Each minion activates against the player it's engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates. Do not give a boost card. So she doesn't get a boost. She'll scheme for 2. That's fine. So she schemes for 3. So the main goes up to 5 actually. And then whenever she schemes, we discard this thing because we cannot remove threat from our main scheme. We don't have one. Okay, so that resolves that, and then it is back over to our turn. Okay, so what do we do? Actually, I could ghost by the other pheromones to get the full stun off, but I think it's fine. I don't need that double stunner. Okay, let's apartment first, of course, right? So get a card in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get Triskelion. I don't know if I'm playing it, but we'll get this aspect card here to our hand. And we'll shuffle this up. Okay. We want to flip her, and then next turn we want to go for a big push. And I think we have enough because the Warrior web is crazy good here. All right, I want to play the regroup now. We want to save this up propel glides. I could even play Treska on next turn. Okay, let me think. Let's go ahead and flip up. I just realized we took no damage this whole game, guys. Okay, then what are we gonna do? We're gonna get an encounter when we flip her. So I think I want a Madam Web here. She'll cost me 3. So we can do. I don't think I'm playing Sergeant 2099. I think I just go for it here. So we can play Madam Web here. And our basic Web Warrior. Play Regroup, play Triskelion. Yeah, okay. So Helicarrier will reduce the cost of next round play by 1. Madam Web 2 cost is 2 resources, so we can play Madam Web. She enters play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Web Warrior cards because Web of Life Destiny counts as a card. So we look at the top 5 cards in the counter deck. And we can discard 1 and put the rest back in any order. We don't have to discard 1 if we don't want to. Yeah. So she is going to deal with an encounter card, which is going to be Jessica, Confusion Leader. Oh, as you're confused. Oh, yeah, we'll get Jessica Jones as an encounter card. She was already coming up. She was going to attack us. We'll give her like a high boost for that. Doesn't matter. Because we can block with an ally. Actually, no, I want the Azuli play during my turn, right, to get the attack bonus. So we could actually inconspicuous as the encounter card, have her scheme with a boost of 0. And then she'll get her regular boost, which will be 0. So we'll take the hit to the face. Yeah, okay. So she's gonna hit for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she'll hit for 3. We'll get this and counter card. This will be the boost, and then we'll just let her scheme. Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, that's pretty bonkers. We're just basically controlling the scenario, like all the way here. Okay. Then we're going to finesse for resource to play. Actually, do I? What's the point of playing regroup if I take the hit to the face? Let's go and play the regroup here. So we get +1 to all of our stats. So we get the leadership card down. Okay, let me think here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, okay. We just swing for 2 on Spider-Woman. It brings her from 4 down to 2. Spider-Man's going to swing for 2. That'll bring the clone from 2 down to 0. Okay, that's going to flip her over to a third or fourth and final stage. She's steady now, so she's no longer stunned. And then whenever reviewed, deal each player an encounter card. She cannot take damage this phase. So we get this encounter card here, which we know what it was, but I already forgot. But she can't take damage, and she has 21 life. So next turn we can kill her. But this turn we cannot. Force Interrupt, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter when she attacks, and then remove each skill counter from Finesse. Okay, so same ability. He'll take a console damage. We're going to exhaust Finesse, generate. Actually, let's let him take it. Yeah, I think we want him to take it here in case we want him to lead play next turn. Okay, so we'll give him the console damage, and then he'll also ready up Spider Woman whenever he does that. Oh, we can't attack, so we might as well just store it to remove the confuse here. And then Ghost Spider. Dang it. Okay, she's gonna thwart. I should have had her attack. She's gonna thwart for 1. Drop the main down to 4 threat, and then she'll take a consequential damage. And then Madam Web's gonna thwart for 2. Drop it down to 2 threat. She schemes for 2. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to 6 threat, which is fine. Madam Web takes 8 consequential damage. Yeah, it's fine. All right, and then do I play the Triskeleton with this, or do I want? I think I hold on to it because I want to get the bonus here with my superhuman agility. So yeah, that's gonna return. Let's discard this. I don't need this, and then we're gonna ready back up. So we have the regroup in play. Oh, I should say what that does. So regroup here. We have this in play here. When an ally is defeated by enemy attack, we return to his owner's hand instead of discarding it. But force interrupt when the round ends, we discard this card. So yeah. All right. We're gonna draw back up to 5. Hold on to this. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay, this is perfect. So I can get this for a huge stat bonus. I almost don't want to trigger the regret. I think we just take the hit to the face. Okay, so Clone's turn. She's gonna add 1 to the main. She's going to attack us. She's steady, so she's not stunned. Base of 3. She'll trigger this, so she gets 1 more attack, and then she'll get a boost. Yeah. So here's the boost. We'll take the hit to the face, so it's just gonna be 4 damage, and then we remove all skill counters for finesse. So we take 4, drop down to 7 life. Then she's going to deal with encounter card. We have a total of 2 encounter cards here. First one is Jessica Jones. She does not have guard. When review, confuse your leader. Otherwise, you're confused. Oh, there's no point getting confused. So we just get confused here again. And we have Jessica Jones, who does not have guard. And our last encounter card is an advance. Or sorry, inconspicuous is a treachery. So we add 1 to the main scheme with the force interrupt. We also add a skill counter here. Then it says choose 1. We're going to pick the one to have Spider Woman scheme. She schemed with the base of 2. We know that the boost here is 0. So she schemes for 2. The main goes up to 6 threat. And we are just chilling here. Alright guys, that should be her last turn. So now it's a new round and a new phase. So the villain can take damage. She is stunned, but she is steady, so it doesn't matter. And then this minion has guard. Or does not have guard, so we can ignore her. Okay, here we go guys. We're gonna do the thing. Alright, let's see here. We didn't get the attack event, but I don't think we need it. So let's exhaust over group is discarded at the end of the round. Okay. So we are going to exhaust the helicarrier to reduce the cost of next card that we play by 1, so we can play the Triskeleton here. It's a leadership card, so we get +1 to all of our stats. Then we're going to play Energy Shield, attach to carrier, will give us the Spider Woman. It's a protection card, so we're getting our +1 to all of our stats. So now we have 3 thwart and 3 attack. Okay, pretty good. Then we are going to do Madam Web is going to swing for 1 on the clone. Brings her from 21 down to 20. Madam Web takes a console damage. She's knocked out. We trigger the effect of the War of the Great Web. When a Web War ally leaves play, you get +1 attack to end of phase. So now we have +3 attack right now. And then we can draw a card the Web Live. That's because the Web War ally left play. Okay, so we have +3. So we have 4 attack. Yeah, we got play the aspect cards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have this is a plus to our attack. Then we're gonna have Ghost Spider. Let's swing for 2 on Spider Woman. Brings it from 20 down to 18. She'll take constant damage. Lead play as well. She'll trigger her interrupt. When she's defeated, search your deck and discard off for any identity specific event add to your hand. I think we get no, we get our damaging one because we can play for it with the finesse. Yeah, we don't have the con either way. So we're gonna dig through here and we'll get our Venom Blast. I was thinking about getting the Self-Propel Glide, but we'll get Venom Blast. Ah, man, I would have drawn that. I mean, I can't before it. We don't have the economy to do that anyways. We're kind of maxing out on our damage here as it is. So she leaves play. Whenever Ghost Spider leaves play, we're going to have +1 to our stats with the War of the Great Web. And then we can also draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Drew into Rapid Response. Ooh, Rapid Response here for Peter Parker is probably better than a Venom Blast, actually. Yeah, so I think we just do that. So let's do, we're going to use 2 resources here, both Finesse to play Rapid Response. is a aspect card, so we can play with the finesse here. And then we're gonna have Spider-Man Peter Parker. Actually, we're gonna swing now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the clone. Brings from 18 down to 13. Then Spider-Man Peter Parker is gonna swing in for 2 on the clone, brings it from 13 down to 11. Before he is defeated, taking constant damage, he can ready up a web ward. Let's ready up Spider-Woman. Now he gets defeated, and he's gonna leave play. When he leaves play, we'll trigger a couple different things. We'll trigger the War of the Great Web, so we'll get +1 to all of our stats again. Or, sorry, +1 attack, not to all of our stats. We'll draw a card, the Web of Life of Destiny, and we'll also wrap a response. After an ally controls defeat, discard wrap response, put the ally back into play, and put 1 damage on it. So 1 damage here on Spider-Man Peter Parker. Next, do I have the economy to play Venom Blast and 2 Self-Propelled Glides? I do not, and I'm not going to draw any more cards with Live Destiny, so we cannot play the Venom Blast here, unfortunately. We'll just use resources here. Okay, so let's just set that aside. So now we're swinging in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, right? Yeah, 6 damage on Spider-Woman brings her from 11 down to 5, because we got 6 attack on Spider-Woman now. And then Spider-Man's going to swing for 2, brings her 5 down to 3. He'll ready up Spider-Woman Jessica Drew. He'll take console damage. We'll swing in here for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brings her down to 0. And then we're going to do overkill here. So we did 3 overkill on the clone. Then we're going to use a resource here to play a self-propelled glide. Here, action, ready up Spider-Woman. Until the end of phase, we have aerial. So ready up here. We're going to swing in for another 6. So that's going to be 9 overkill there. Then we'll use another resource here to play another self-propelled glide. Ready up Spider-Woman again. And we'll swing in for another 6. And that is going to be 15 overkill damage there. So how much is that? Did we do this last turn? We had her on 21 life plus 15. So we did 36 damage on our last turn. Not as much as Captain Marvel there. And we got more benefit from the War of the Great Web, actually, than the Superhuman Agility. That's okay. Having the 6 attack stat was pretty fun there. We got a bunch of readies. You know what I should have done, guys? Instead of grabbing Venom Blast, I miscalculated that. I should have grabbed the self-propelled glide with Ghost Spider. We could have played it and done an additional 6 damage. Dang it. That would have been 42 damage. Is that the same as Captain Marvel? All right, guys, we're just going to cheat. We're just going to go back and do that. I feel it would have been the same thing. So instead of grabbing Venom Blast with a Ghost Spider's ability when she leaves play, we're going to grab Self-Propelled Glide. Because I ended up having enough resources there. So apologies for that, guys. But I want to hit some more damage here with Spider-Woman with the triple Self-Propelled Glides. So we'll shuffle up, going back and cheating against our clone. Resource here to play a third Self-Propelled Glide. Ready up Spider-Woman again. And we'll swing in for another 6 for 21 overkill. And then 42 damage on that final push. I think exact same as Captain Marvel, I believe. So crazy that we were able to match Captain Marvel in damage. Was it Spider-Woman doing it, or was it the Web Warriors doing it? I don't know, guys. Yeah. But anyways, that is probably my most fun game of Spider-Woman that I've ever had there. So yeah, that also increased my win rate of her as well. But I don't know if I am completely sold on her. I think that the villain scenario, I think, felt pretty easy this go around. I feel like the clone might be the easiest one of all the different villains Civil War. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we just got lucky as well with the encounter cards. I think Pheromone just puts in so much work, right? I think the Spider-Woman hero is one of those heroes that, like, against weaker scenarios, she like excels, and against more challenging scenarios, that's kind of where like her issues come out more, right? Like if we have like the Formidable Foe from Standard 2 in play, then every enemy has steady already, so then Pheromones is just going to be less value, right? So yeah, I think that this was a very cool game and good showcase. I can definitely see why people like Spider-Woman. Um, it's probably just not my cup of tea, but yeah, we got 42 damage there. Crazy burst. I didn't think Spider-Woman had it. Not really her. I would say it's more of the War of the Great Web there and the Web War shenanigans for her economy too. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy this gameplay of Spider-Woman taking on her clone. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.